Okay, so I made a video a few weeks ago of some of my husband's collection, and I had several ask for a full view of my home. I live in Horse Branch, Kentucky, near Rosine, home of the bluegrass. I've been married 41 years to my husband, and this is our little babies. We live in a 16 by 80 mobile home. He has completely recovered everything in oak. I'm not showing the commode, I'm positive you don't want to see that. Anything you see in my home is something I love or he loves. We raised our children, both got good educations, and both have made good homes for themselves, so now we play. We see something we want, we get it. That's just, if we can afford it, we get it. I'm not saying we're rich, by no means, but life's a little different for us right now. I'm a stage 3 breast cancer survivor, so I look at things entirely different than I used to. So anyone that has ever, experienced cancer, or, anyone they loved with cancer, it just gives you a different outlook. As you can tell, I use everything that I own, my Crocs, my enamelware, everything I use for storage. It's just, everything doesn't have to be put away. Like this little shaving I use for storage. And this, I apologize if I'm going too fast or talking too fast or repeating myself. But this is my first time videoing full. It's an old whiskey barrel. It has the complete contents. My husband started. This was going to be his room, and he was going to do it in forward. Then he fell in love with glassware. I had this made for my husband for Christmas. I choose you, and I'll choose you over and over and over, without a pause, without a doubt, in a heartbeat. I'll keep choosing you. I just loved that. As you can tell, my husband and I love oak. We love the aged oak against the new oak that he's put up. And I myself have a fetish for old Bibles, old hymnals and Bibles. I love them. And buttons. Buttons is mine. Clocks is his thing. Oil lamps is mine. Clocks again is his. I'm going to open his cabinet. Last time I didn't show his glassware too well. When he starts collecting, it's go big or go home. And he wants it done now. He wants to do it fast. I like to hunt and seek and find, and that's what I like. He'll just get on Etsy and order. So, there's that. And if you see my wild hair in any of the reflections, I apologize. But after chemo, God thought he'd just leave a good joke on me. And I now have curly hair that is beyond wild. I've cut it 3 times and completely shaved it off twice since I stopped chemo, and it comes back the same way. So I give, God wins. And this is just an old picture I loved. It's a old grocery store in the neighbor county. I don't even have a connection to it, but I love it. And Kentucky coal mines, you gotta have Kentucky coal mines hanging in your home. And my husband adores red glassware. And again, I apologize for the reflection. He loves the red. This is the Anchor Hocking, just like the green was. But I love baskets, dough bowls, swans, but he loves red Anchor Hocking. But again, I love red. I love red rolling pins, cookie cutters, any of the old utensils I adore. So my husband and I just kind of meet in the middle and just try to blend what we love. I got this Hoosier cabinet off of a gentleman that was getting ready to burn it. Everything's original and nothing's been done to it. It has double sifters for $75. I about died. And there's an old mirror Terry and I both love. And just a few things. Terry and his dentist appointment. He has gone now to get a tooth pulled. He's been battling. And then my fetish with butter dishes, his green glass, Lance is mine. By the way, we're having beans and ham for supper, so I better check on them. Mom's cookware. Lance. Pineapple I'm munching on today. Basket I cleaned. And like I said, I use everything for storage. So here's my cocoa in an old peanut butter jar and tea bags. I don't like just having everything sitting around. If I have it, I want to use it if I can. Just like, again, there's Crocs with my husband's Cheetos in it. And here's some more of his red glassware. It's red Anchor Hocking, but then there's some of my red enamel. Again, like I said, we just kind of meet in the middle. And there is a hot pan paddle that my husband made me. And again, he did all the walls in oak. And there's my swans. But then there is his Fostoria. He collects green Anchor Hocking, red Anchor Hocking, and Fostoria. But then there's my enamelware, my dough bowl full of coffee, because I love coffee. Just a little arrangement in an old wood box. And here's a buffet that my husband bought me, and some more dough bowls, and just antique guides, my baby's toys, and more Fostoria. Like I said, he's kind of a go big or go home. But there's a Tulsa Primitive that's mine. And another one of my Crocs. I love my Crocs. And this picture came in. My husband and I run a little site called Helping Hands, where we do auctions and take the funds and help the elderly in the county. Buy their chucks, depends on whatever. And this is by Ken Holland, and it's Amazing Grace, and it made me think of my daddy baptizing, because my daddy always had the black rimmed glasses, and we always met at the river to be baptized, and he was bald, and he always wore a suit. And then the old frame, I actually think I got it at a yard sale. I'm not positive on that one. And one of my daughters made this for my husband and I can't remember which one, and he framed it in the barnwood for me, and I just love it. I just love it. And we're going to go down the hall to what I call, well, wait a minute, let me show you my baby. My baby's 16 now. I took these pictures of her at our daughter's grave. She was asking questions and she was curious, and this one right here, she was asking all kinds of questions. You can tell how serious she is about the subject. Now this next room that I'm going to, well, here's my baby again. Let me show you that. Then I'm going to show you what I consider the junk room. The smallest room in the mobile home is where in the winter I do auctions. We raise money for the elderly, like I said. And all this is just auction items. It doesn't belong to me. That there does it. This does, which I love, but I've got to get it sorted. And I'm a quilter, so I collect the quilts as well. There's another one of my baskets peeping out. This is the Homer Laughlin Skill Hazel. My mom had this pattern, and I finally, after looking like forever, got enough for both my girls to have a 12-piece setting. I started the blue Fire King, but I think that's going to be the extent of my collection. It is very hard to find. So if anybody's out and finds some, let me know. Then my husband collects the booties, and I collect the lamps. So we just kind of blended those together. He made the little shelf. As you can see, the shelf under here that's holding the booties is about 2 inches, but then my lamps up here, he's got that one coming out about 7 inches. Does an excellent job. I think it, and he makes it. And I also love anything sewing. This is my Clark's spool. In each drawer, we have collected and have enough of the old spools to fill each drawer and the top. And that's where I keep my stencils too. Like I said, everything has a purpose here. It has to. It has to. I just can't have just a bunch of pretties. I don't have room for that. I have to make, just like here, excuse me, this is an auction item and it's just stuck there. Here on this is, I apologize, is an old goat wagon, and I have put my rolling pins in it because they can only be stuck so many places. My blue enamel is under here, just kind of decorative, I guess. And I know you're probably wondering about that little dog. That little dog's home interior I got from my daddy before he passed, and that's all I wanted was that there. Let me go back and I'll show you. Sorry, I'm spinning way too fast, aren't I? Let me show you my pantry my husband built me. And you'll kind of see how I use my items for storage as well. Just like I know that basket up there is full of beans. And I also know that there are some dryer sheets among those. you just don't see it. And, you know, you utilize what you have. Or I do. Like in here, you'll see there's my pans that I use to can. And yes, I can and preserve. But like I have my washing supplies in my enamelware. And our snacks in enamelware. But then my husband built me this little pantry so that I could use my other cabinets just for my cooking utensils and such. And then I'm going to take you into my granddaughter's bedroom, which I quilt in. And she respects Mama's junk. But this is my granddaughter's bedroom. The wooden box is full of quilts and things that go to her. Or, like I said, I love buttons. I've got them kind of peeping everywhere. And yes, I have things on my bed, and I'm okay with that. It's things I love. And there's some more of my lamps. And my Christmas cactus. More buttons. And again, I love Bibles and lamps. And I love barn pictures. I don't know if you noticed in the other bedroom, there was a guitar. And it's a Gibson SJ200 that I bought my husband when I retired from teaching. And I play the piano and he plays the guitar. But this is what I do late at night while I'm watching all the followers that I love to watch. I sit and quilt. That's my thing. But like I said, my house has no rhyme or reason for anything. It's just stuff that my husband and I both love. And I can't say it's primitive, and I can't say it's fancy. I don't know. I can't say it's farmhouse. I started, let me show you this. This is the small bathroom in here. I started, as you can see, there's enamelware full of brushes. And there's a tray full of baby pictures. I started to go farmhouse in here, but I cannot get past my black. That's my puppy's pads. They use pads and they go to their own bathroom. They're very private. But I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I want you all to know that I follow you and I enjoy your remakes and your junking and your antique hauls and your, a lot of you do the St. Vincent's, and and such. I love, love, love watching those, and I look forward to watching more. I hope you enjoyed this. You have a great day, and God bless.